I believe I'm videoing. Yeah, I am. All right, let's see. I don't know where. I mean, this general subject of determinism, but it's also related to this spirituality thing and the feeling thing and the thinking thing. The mechanics of it. And clearly the mechanics of it are in the past. It's a built-up thing like evolution. All right, it takes time for organisms to evolve, to become funky, to become trees and all this stuff. It takes millions and billions of years for this shit to happen, for the filter to get that elaborate. And we are filters. We're mechanical devices that take in input and produce an output like a filter. We take out the stuff that's irrelevant, recognize the stuff that is relevant. Now, some people are arguing that our feelings are relevant, that's our meaning, is in if I love trees, that's treeness. Treeness isn't a description of bark, tree, xylem, phloem. That's not tree. Tree is some sort of emotional experience. Quite obviously, as I'm mocking the loving of the tree, it's nonsense to allow feelings to describe reality. There's no spiritual, there's no source of understanding that's likely to be sophisticated or well filtered by feelings. Feelings are crappy filters. Logic, intelligence, knowledge of the mechanics is a good filter. Okay, that's the filter that's going to get it right. Your feelings are likely to get it wrong. So back to the modern mystic, who just doesn't want to recognize the fact of that there's more going on than just rocks rolling down hills. In a sense that through this process of evolution, the rocks have become animated. The rocks do produce feelings. The feelings, they do produce thoughts. There is a whole complex, reflexive jack-in-the-boxing. It's like a billion jack-in-the-boxes have now been stacked on top of each other. So you crank the handle on one and it pops this and it pops that and they pop that and that pops that. And there's all kinds of crap popping. And yes, it's all mechanical, but it's reflective of something underlying the mechanics of filters. And that through evolution, our intelligence has become this logic kind of filter. It likes to do math right, not math wrong. Okay, it adds 2 plus 2 and comes up with 4, not 5 or 15 or 22. 4 every day, constantly. Now, it doesn't say today is 5 Thursday, 2 plus 2 equals 5 today. No, that doesn't happen. It recognizes function and it behaves according to that recognition. Gotta tie my shoe. So it's just kind of silly, in my opinion, not to acknowledge that we're more than rocks, in that we're doing this filtering thing, and that we're doing it in the context, giving something to the spiritualist, in the context of having a brain that does sensation, which is another complex type of filter. So it's these competing filters, the intelligence or logic filter, the feeling filter, which is the motivational device for evolution, and this is our mechanics. And I've said the word mechanics more than anybody else on YouTube. I've done it, and it's just nonsense to say I'm arguing that we can rearrange destiny. What I'm arguing is that we can, in the present, as part of our inevitability, recognize patterns in the future that is likely from our perspective. It looks like that's the future going to be written. And we can react to that now. We can react to a perceived future, just a perception, a model. We can see the model, bad thing happen. We react reflexively and as we are programmed to by spitting out some sort of error code, rejection, not the right answer, change behavior, move 2 steps to the left, and evade the oncoming vehicle. And that's what we do. We evade the oncoming vehicle. We do the logical thing because we're fundamentally, logically filtering. 2 plus 2, pain is bad. Getting hit by a car is bad. It's logic. It's not complicated. And if you take this logic to its conclusion, if you play it all out, you can come up with a theory of value where you can model, you can see the future, say, ooh, that doesn't look too good. We look like we're heading for waste and squander, and that was bad. Waste is bad, okay? And we can react to it, the machine that we are, and say, let us prevent the waste by doing in the world, and that doing will compensate for the error in our model, and we will now have a different end result. So the end result won't happen unless we did the recognition. We have to recognize the problem before we can solve the problem overtly, directly, intentionally. And there's lots of problems we can solve with a perception of intent. And it's just silly to sit there and say the future will be in some kind of notional sense that everybody can remain silent and the same future will exist as the future where everybody talks. And that would be ludicrous to propose as a theory that all the rocks fall down the mountain even though none of the rocks fall down the mountain. That wouldn't make any sense. Or there was no initiation of the avalanche. Yeah. So this really isn't that, this shouldn't require all this nonsense. We're reactive, reflexive organisms. How many times have I said this? Will somebody give me some sort of coherent, rational counter-argument to that fact, and that fundamentally our reflexes come in these 2 varieties, which are personal, subjective self-interest and rational, logical, puzzle-solving, mechanical understanding, that we're capable of both, that we do both, and that if we're smart, we know that one source of information, our feeling shithead, is pretty much useless as a guider, and that if anything's going to tell us what we should do, we should depend on the thinking device. There, somebody have a rational counter argument to that? I don't think so. I'll just get more babble, more ambiguous mush. Fucking people. Anyway, enough. You're all crazy and completely different ways. Mystic ain't seeing enough and these other assholes are seeing way too much. Damn. I apparently am minky in the middle. Anyway, I will run, relieve some tension, and work. Drag wood chips today, and tomorrow, and the next day, Fuck. Anyway. Fuck. Exhausted. Yeah. So in the coincidence category, both the people I work for ordered wood chips. You get wood chips from the town for free because you grind up trees and they just want to get rid of them. And it's just kind of funny. They both ordered them the same day. Yeah, so I'm going to be moving wood chips. Moved about 6 yards of chips today. Yeah. Anyway, quit complaining. Yeah, quit. What yeah, like people don't have it a lot worse than that, asshole. Just I gotta. My back is a little feeble, but I gotta do this for the next 3 days. Anyway, so determinism, spirituality, coincidences. People draw the wrong conclusions. Their brain calculates wrong. And isn't that what all this whole huffity-puffet is about? It's all just calculation. The universe just attacked me. Attacked my foot. Damn it. Anyway, it's about these calculations that take place in our brains, and then we, the brain, articulates what it's calculating. So I'm just giving you notice. I'm just a piece of the universe that monitors things, goes blah, 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 blah. And then it says shit based on what it monitors and sees. And it either appropriately or realistically calculates what's going on, or it inaccurately calculates. Those are the two options. You either get it right or you get it wrong. And the contention made by this piece of the universe is that all you other pieces of the universe, have to get with the program and do this fail-safe thing so we can stop the harm. And it's all win that way. You make pluses by eliminating or preventing minuses. And running my modeling software, I can see, like a radar picture, that there's big blobs of crap a-coming. If people don't move in a different direction, if they don't do a different dance, this is all going to get quite ugly. And I just articulate that. This bit of the universe articulates. That's what it does. Air gets in its lungs and it pushes it through vocal cords and says gobbledygook stuffy. And if you have a brain, you'll hear what I'm saying, understand the words, understand the concepts, and go, hey, that guy makes sense. Hey, he makes sense. I think I better do that. And then I win. You win. The universe wins. That's what has to happen. So right, the rest of it is just, okay, what's the right and what's the wrong answer to what's happening here? Determinism versus freedom versus blah blah. And it's quite obviously that determinists have to win the argument. It's quite obviously the only rational description. And all this mumbo jumbo of other crap going on is just that, crap. And it's all not going anywhere. Human beings won't exist in a certain number of years, whether it's 10 or 1,000 or 100,000, doesn't really matter. We're not leaving. There's no place we can go. You're done. And even if you could go somewhere, only 6 of you are going to fit in the Go ship, the Go ship lollipop. You're not leaving. You're going to die here. And the question is, will you sentence another generation to die here? And another one to die here for nothing? To do this, to say stupid shit because you're obligated by a thought scenario filter that catches a logical perception, a glimpse of the universe, and says, holy shit, you people really fucked up and we got a mess to clean up. I mean, why would you sentence your smarter than you kid to the realization not only that you're a dope and kind of dim-witted, but you're a jerk? Yeah, fuck. Because guess what? If the kid has anything going on in his brain, that's the conclusion he's going to draw, is pretty much that you suck. And the only way he's not going to think that is it has to be an idiot. Alright. So anyway, that all seems like a good enough summing it up, and yeah. But there's no point, like, the modern mystic wants to simplify the human organism into, a rock falling down a hill, and that ain't us. It's just, we are just as hopelessly controlled as a rock falling down a hill, but obviously we're doing something a little more complicated than that. And you have to understand that the more complicated does have a connection to a fundamental efficiency function built into the universe. The universe, if you left it alone to get smart on an island planet, and that island planet could survive forever, and it could get smarter and smarter, it would always end up migrating to logic, accuracy, and the appropriate response. It would become more than a knee jerk. It would become a logical jerk. Yeah, still a jerk, but logical. And that's an important distinction, I think. Yeah, I think it is. Certainly it's important from our position in the universe. I'm almost too tired to make this leap. Yeah! There, I did it. With noises and sound effects and such. Anyway. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, so I'll spare you the crunchy leaves and whatnot, although I didn't spare you the noisy stream and whatnot. Anyway, it didn't rain today, which is nice. Back. Anyway, sorry. Till next time. And such. Yeah, I think that's enough.